Alright, section 4.4 is multiplying decimal numbers. The rules are on the screen. Step 1, you're going to multiply like they are just whole numbers. Step 2 says to find the total number of decimal places in both of the numbers that you just multiplied together. And step 3 is to write the decimal point in the answer that you found from step 1. You multiplied, you found an answer, so the product is your answer. And you're going to write your new decimal place in, which is the same number of decimal places that you added up from step 2. So here's an example. All right, so 8 and 34 hundredths times 4 and 2/10. So we are just going to multiply like they are whole numbers, okay? So we're not really going to do anything special here other than to stack them on top of each other like they're just whole numbers. And we're going to multiply. All right, so we have 4 times 2 is 8, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 8 is 16. I'm done with the 2, so I have a placeholder of 0. Now I'm multiplying again. 4 times 4 is 16. 6, carry my 1. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13, carry your 1. 4 times 8 is 32, plus 1 is 33. I'm done multiplying with all my numbers, so I'm going to add these together, and I get 8, 12, carry your 1, 9, 10, 4, 5, and 3. All right, so I found my product from multiplying like they were whole numbers. I go back up to the original problem, and I start at the far left side, and I see I count 1, 2 places here for my decimal place. I start on the far right side, and I count over 1 place to find my decimal place, and so 2 and 1 make 3. So again, I start over here in my answer, and I count over 1, 2, and 3 because it's a combination of all of the decimal places in the both numbers that we started with. And so my answer for this is going to be 35 and 28 thousandths. Okay, let's try another one. All right, for this one we are multiplying. It's written in parentheses, but it still means multiplication when there's no symbol between both of the parentheses signs. So just like this, they're touching, so it means that both of these numbers are multiplied together. Remember that the first step is to stack these up and to multiply the numbers we see. So I see 42 and 3. That's what I'm multiplying together. And so I multiply 3 times 2 is 6, and 4 times 3 is 12. So I'm done multiplying. I go back up to my answer, and I start on the right side, and I count 1, 2, 3. Remember, I'm counting between the numbers because that's where the decimals go. So I have 3 here, and I start over here, and I count 1 between and 2. So I'm adding 3 and 2, which gives me 5. So I need 5 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here's my decimal. And what am I going to do about these open spots here? Well, they get placeholders. So I have decimal 0, 0, 1, 2, 6. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10 thousandths, 100 thousandths. And so 126 hundred thousandths is my answer for this one. Let's do one more. Okay, stack them up with no decimals and multiply. Okay, so I'm just going to multiply. I'm not going to talk it out loud. I'm just going to multiply, so kind of follow along with me. Mark those out because I'm done with those. So I did 4 times 2 is 8. I get 6. I get 12. I get 14, 15. Okay. so I have 954250. I need to count my decimal places. So start back up with the problem. I count 1, 2, so 2 here, and then 1 here. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So I start over here on the right side and I count 1, 2, and 3. So I have 954.250. So 954 and 250 thousandths. Final answer.